guys, and welcome back. Today I am reviewing Five Finger Death Punch's new album and Justice for None, which includes about 13 songs. 2 of these are covers. Now, let me start off with, I'm not a huge Five Finger Death Punch fan. I never have been. I don't know why. I initially did not like them, but normally when I'm coming across bands or certain artists, I listen to some of their more popular songs, some of their more older music, and newer music. Kind of cherry pick through those, and I decide for whatever reason I don't like their sound, I don't like the voice, whatever, and then I move on. And I'm like, okay, they're not something I would listen to. Or for some reason I just don't like them. And for some reason, I apparently hit the skip button with this group. And I mean, if their stuff comes up, I will listen to it, but I don't personally go hunt out their music because I don't care enough to, if I'm being honest. But I did hunt it out today, and I'm glad I did. It opens with Fake, which I think had a good intro, but it kind of ended abruptly, and I was like, okay, next song. But I thought it was a pretty decent song. There wasn't anything that I was like, ooh, this is bad, but there was nothing in it that I was like, this is really good either. So I just kind of gave it a 3.5. I thought it leaned slightly more good than bad, so 3.5 out of 5. And then it moved into Top of the World, which was more catchy than Fake, in my opinion. And it was an okay song, so I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 as well. And then we moved on to Champagne. And I thought that one was kind of okay. Nothing really caught my eye with it, so I was like, okay, I'll just give it a 3. And then we moved into Blue on Black, which was a cover song, which I actually had not heard this song before, and if I have, I did not recognize it. But I did like that it had a slight blues feel to it. And for that, because I do like blues rock, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Then it rolled on into Fire in the Hole, which is my absolute favorite song on this album. When I heard this song, I was like, you know what? This album could completely fall apart after this, and I would be okay with this album still because of this one song. I love this song so much. It has a pirate thing going with it, I guess you could say. Probably it's called Fire in the Hole. But it was just so good. I loved it so much, and I can't even explain why I loved it so much, but just something about it, I was like, this is amazing. I love it. So I gave it a 5 out of 5. It takes a lot for me to be like, oh my god, I love this so much, it's so good. So the fact that I was like, yes, and had to listen to it again, I liked it a lot, to put it frankly. Definitely my favorite off this album. And then we went into I Refuse, which I thought, it didn't really spark me as anything special, but I did think it was kind of a more memorable song than some of the other songs on the album, and for that I gave it a 4 out of 5. And then it went into It Doesn't Matter, which kind of sounded like the beginning of the album, specifically Fake and Top of the World. And because it sounded like the 2 first songs, I gave it a 4 out of 5. And then we went into When the Seasons Changed. When the Seasons Changed had a much softer feel to it. And I thought it was good, but personally I didn't like it because it wasn't soft like you're thinking. It felt softer than the other songs, but overall I wouldn't call it a soft song, even though I think it was trying to come off like one of the softer songs of the album. I feel like I didn't like how it sounded compared with the rest of the songs. It just wasn't my favorite. If they were gonna go softer, I wish they went a little softer than that, to be honest, because I don't know, it was like a weird in between for me. And so I just gave it a 3 out of 5. I didn't think it was bad, but that was just kind of a personal thing with me. I thought it was kind of, I don't know how to explain it. And then we went into Stuck in My Ways, which I was like, it's okay. It's okay. That's all I have to really say about it. So I give it a 3 out of 5. I didn't think it was bad. It was just nothing special. Same thing with Rock Bottom. I was like, it's okay. 3 out of 5. And then we hit the other cover song, which was Gone Away. And if you don't know what Gone Away is from, it's from The Offspring. Love The Offspring, seen them live, they sound great live, definitely should listen to them. But the cover was a lot softer than The Offspring sounded. It was not that it was softer so much, but it felt calmer to me and a little slower. And I know that song is not particularly the fastest, but I don't know, I feel like The Offspring's faster. I might be wrong. It might just be because the rest of the album was a little bit heavier. It's not a heavy album, but because it was quite a bit heavier than that song and a little bit faster, I feel like it kind of made it stick out a lot. And it's not a bad thing to stick out. There should be songs that stick out. That means they don't all sound the same, which if you saw my Arctic Monkeys review, you would know that I hate when everything sounds exactly the same. It drives me insane. I thought it was an okay cover. I didn't think it was anything special. It was okay. How many times am I gonna say okay? I should keep a count. I'm gonna keep a count. Okay? Okay. So I gave the Offspring cover, Gone Away, a 3.5 out of 5. And then we came across Bloody, which was my second favorite song on the album. And I thought it was because of the guitar. Like the guitar, something that the guitar was doing was just, it made my day right there. Like there was something so great about the guitar. It was just hitting these 4 notes over again. I was like, this is good. This is good. I'm enjoying this. And I thought the guitar was so great that I had to give it a 5 out of 5 because I really enjoyed it. And then we went into Will the Sun Ever Rise, which was a calmer song on the album, but I feel like this one fit in quite a bit more than the other calmer ones on the album. And I thought it kind of wrapped up the album nicely. And I like it when the slower songs are more towards the end of the album, because it's like you go into the album with a lot of hype and slowly it calms you down and you kind of get entranced in it in a way, and then it kind of closes it nicely with a nice little bow and package. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I like the closure it gave with the album. And so overall I would give the album a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a good album. It had quite a few songs that I would actually listen to again, and it didn't have any songs where I was like, this is terrible, like really terrible. And because of that, it deserves a 4 out of 5. I actually enjoyed this album, and I was able to listen to it in one sitting and not lose my mind, so it's doing something good. And that's all I have for us today. So if you like this, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, whatever, something, please. And I'll see you guys next week or sometime, hopefully. Okay, bye-bye.